Welcome to winter. Halfway through January, it's finally starting. Yes, I know what I'm doing today. Snowplowing, buddy. We gotta go snowplow. Oh, good frozen afternoon, everybody. I just finished plowing for the second time in 2 days. And then I thought, well, I'm already dressed. Let's try our luck with the Arctic Cat. So I've taken the cover off of it and plugged the NOCO booster into it. And then I forgot I didn't have the key. So I thought, well, I might as well film this for these guys because that'll be a laugh. Even with the booster. If you guys recall, at the end of last season, my buddy Tim and I, he is a certified ace mechanic, top-notch guy. He's the service manager at one of the local car dealerships here. We took the machine apart, we replaced a throttle position sensor, and we also bumped up the RPMs on idle, 200 RPM. And then I never got to try the machine after that. Also to note, I forget what brand this is. This is the second one that I bought off of Amazon. And there's one on my dad's four-wheeler. Absolute garbage. What happens when it rains, the water actually goes through and it freezes the inside. So even though it's supposed to be waterproof, it's not. Water gets on the inside, and then when you go to lift, it's pretty light, they just rip. But anyway, that's not what you guys are here for. So this has been on here about 3 minutes. We'll see if that's enough to put a bit of a charge in here. Oh, look at that. Nice. Yuck. Oh! Ooh. Hey. Maybe this is going to be my year for better snowmobiling, guys. We did all those changes at the end of the season, and I literally moved the snow machine from the front yard back here and parked it, and I never got to try it. So I don't hear the machine running. I went to unplug my booster, and as soon as I did, it shut off. So I'm going to have to go get my long charger and a 100-foot cable, which I didn't want to have to do, but take the seat off, which is the stupidest design ever, Arctic Cat. Well, we got another 4 inches of snow. I waited all day. I ordered a new battery for the snow machine and it never came in. So we've got about an hour left before dark, and I wanted to just hike the trail back here and see if I can find where Dave was telling me there was another tree down across the trail that needs to be cut. I don't know if I can get that far in an hour. I'm not sure where it is, but let's go for a little walk and talk in the fresh snow. So it is beautiful and cold. I can see the sun up there, but I don't feel it. And of course, turns out the battery for the snow machine was frozen, which means it's no good anymore. It would not take a charge. So I had to order a new one, and I ordered it through Amazon because I got it for $100, and then $12 Canadian shipping. So $112 total, no tax, no duty. And if I go to the store right now and I go buy that same battery for the snow machine, it's $140 plus tax, which is like $165. And Amazon's gonna deliver it right to my door for $112. So I ordered it, which means, yes, I've been waiting a couple days, but we will get to it. And then I'm gonna hit this trail with our sled behind, and I'm gonna pick up all that wood that we cut. That's on my list to do. So lots of things we could talk about, guys. I've done 2 videos on the channel now for the Casso night vision goggles, and you are saying, oh, but Gary, we only saw 1 video. Yeah, you did only see 1 video. They sent me the camera, and they didn't pay me anything. They just said, we're gonna send you a camera, we want you to try it out. So I did that. I posted the video. We got 2,000 views in 2 days. They told me to take the video down. They didn't like it because I hadn't updated the firmware, and they said, well, it can do better than that. We don't want people to see that video. Okay, fine. So, I'm gonna say, why didn't you send me an updated camera then? And why didn't you send me one with a battery that works? Anyway, this is just, I knew where this was going. So then I updated the camera myself, and it took me about 5 hours, guys, to film the first video, update it, play around with it. It would not update, and then film a second video, which I did. Took it out and walked these trails at night, and they wanted to pre-screen it. And of course they told me again, oh no, this, you know, we think that you don't understand how this camera works. It needs some light to work. And I said, guys, it's January in Northern Ontario. You go out at night, you know, anything after 5 o'clock in the afternoon, it's dark. There is no light. And they didn't like the second video. So guys, I'm at the end of my rope with dealing with companies like this. So I told them, look, if you want somebody to test your products and just use them, fine. I don't mind doing that, but I need to make videos for this channel. That's what this channel does. So they're wiring me $250. And I don't feel bad about it. And I'm gonna make 1 more video for them. Whether they pre-approve it or not, it's being posted. Now you guys are gonna have to keep in mind that this camera is therefore gonna be shown in its best light, because they won't allow me to post anything. I like to take something. The deal was, send me your product, I'll try it, I'll use it. You guys know I'm super honest, and we're just gonna, the audio on it's terrible, right? Actually, you guys didn't see the second video, but I recorded in a windstorm. It was windy, it was dark, and the audio was just terrible on this thing. And I guess maybe they didn't like that either, but the camera is what it is. I basically told them in my last email, you guys want a $10,000 production video? Go hire somebody and do a production video, because that's not what I'm doing on this channel. I'm just trying products that people are sending me and saying, hey, this is cool. And I said multiple times how impressed, I actually really am impressed with this camera, guys. In pitch blackness, you could see if a person or a deer or something were to walk across the trail in the woods here, you would see it in pitch darkness. That to me is impressive. And they're like, well, we don't like the quality of what you shot. Don't blame me, blame your camera. And they're like, well, you need to shoot with some light. And I'm like, well, this is a night vision camera. I think I'm done dealing with these guys. You're gonna see eventually, maybe, 1 more video on this Casso night vision goggles, and then I'm gonna stick them somewhere that they're not gonna like. This is what I mean by beautiful. Just look at the snow hanging up in all these branches. I can hear a few snowmobiles out on the lake right now. And as you guys know, a week ago we didn't have any snow. It was pretty cold, but conditions are not like a normal winter. And we've had 1 ice hut and 2 snowmobiles go through out on the lake here in the last week within 3/4 of a mile from the end of the river down here. So I am not going out on the lake anytime soon. There's only 5 or 6 inches of ice. And these guys who live up here, they should know better. I mean, there's always some dummy who goes out in his truck and goes through every year, but we're actually getting snowmobiles going through this year and ice huts. So not great winter conditions. I think Gage likes the fresh snow. Something I'm looking forward to is Grant called me out of the blue the other day, and he said he was doing a session at his house. I forget what it was on, but he got a couple of responses, and right away he knew Luc Joly de Rochier, something to do with that case or that murder was coming through. Answers that he got, and he knew right away. And he knew that I had done a session the week before, so he contacted me and he said, I'm not going to watch your sessions, but I am going to do my own sessions on this. And he asked me to email him 12 questions that I wanted answered. So I asked him some of the ones that I asked when we did the sessions on my channel, and some that pertain to information that came through from those sessions. So he's going to do a video or 2 videos on that, and I'm super excited to see what he gets using his water method, guys. So when that comes out, we'll put a link to Grant's channel again here on my channel, and I want everybody to go watch that and see if what he gets correlates to the information that I got from the spirit box regarding the murder of that poor kid, Luc Joly de Rochier. I was gonna get you guys to pick which trail we go down. This one's prettier, but Gage picked that one, so we're going this way. Deer tracks. So you guys will have noticed new videos coming up on the Metal Detecting Lost Treasures channel. Now you have to watch in the title of those videos, guys. It tells you what season those are from, because I'm uploading all of the old videos. So I keep getting people commenting like these are new adventures, and some of them are season 1, which was 7 years ago, right? So we just finished season 7. So you guys will see, you know, what order they fall in by the title. All of the titles say season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, and then the name of the video. So, but I do appreciate you guys that are watching them, because, I mean, it helps keep the channel alive in winter when nothing's going on. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to get all that stuff uploaded there, because someday when I have grandkids, I want to say, guys, here's a chronological order of adventures, you know, that we did for a decade back in the day when Grandpa was young. You know, had to put my mitts on. It's just too cold. I'll show you. Look how red my hand is. That's the one that was holding the camcorder for the last 15 minutes. We are at the creepy corner. There's our rock for the creepy corner. I still haven't found, I think the tree that Dave's talking about is on the far side of the swamp, so I've got to buckle down and get another 20 minutes walk in here. That's why I was waiting to do it on the snow machine. It would just be easier, but this is actually a pretty good workout. Snow is almost up to my knees back here. Something else I want to do with the night cameras, which is always on my to-do list, is take them out on the lake if we can get some clear winter nights with lots of stars. And I want to do UFO watching out over the lake because we can see long distances. And quite often I hear guys reporting, you know, in their ice huts that they've seen strange lights out over the lake. And the cold is really hard on equipment, but it's something I'm always planning to do every year. And I think that the new Casso camera actually would be good for that because it does pick up, I mean, the sensor, whatever sensor is in there, it really picks up with no light. So the stars and everything should really shine through on that thing. And we also have our Bushnell that I bought a couple years ago. It does very good in night mode as well for tracking stars. Satellites, stars too, I guess, whatever. But yeah, out on the lake, UFO watching. That's something I'm hoping to do if we can get some clear nights here in January. Unfortunately, these are what the skies look like more often than not, storm clouds. All right, guys, as I suspected, I'd have to cross that swamp there and continue on the trails on the backside. Somewhere back there is another tree down, but it's taken me 25 minutes to get to this point, so I'm going to turn around here and wait until I get the snow machine running. I kind of knew that was going to happen, but I thought I would check just to make sure there were no other trees I didn't know about. So, you know, and Gage, of course, he always needs exercise, right? Of course, I could use the exercise. Who couldn't? And I just love being out here. This is kind of inspiring me. I wish I had my still camera. It's just the cold is not good for lenses and gear. And, you know, actually, I'm filming on the Sony AX53 camcorder, which is, I bought this in 2017, guys. So this is almost 7 years old now. And Marcus Picks, if you watch him on YouTube, he did a funny little video today talking about the point and shoot series, the RX100 series. And of course, he loves camcorders. And he mentioned in his video that, you know, this is a time where there are no future listings for new point and shoot cameras from any of the major corporations. Sony's not making their RX series anymore. And then he went on to say, you know what, the end is near for those as well as camcorders. And in camcorders, I can prove he's right because Grant's trying to buy one right now. And I understand it, guys. I love my Sony camcorders. It just makes life so easy, right? Built-in ND filters, autofocus, nice big long zoom, all in a tiny little package. There's just so much to like. Great stabilization. I don't get half of those features in my new ZV-E1, where you're changing lenses, you're getting dust and dirt in there, you have no controlled zoom. I mean, it's a fantastic camera as well, but it's not something I want to grab when I just want to go for a trail walk like this. Guys, I still rely on the camcorder. It is the workhorse in my fleet. And I also own the AX700, and I'm saving that one for when this one dies because it's a better camera. It's a little bigger, so I don't like carrying it around, but it has some nice features on it as well. And it's funny that Marcus Picks just happened to do this video today saying, you know, this is a special time, a sad time for videographers and photographers and vloggers, that we're not going to have these options anymore. And I can verify Grant has spent the last week, he ordered a Sony camera, there was issues, they sent him the European version, and then I was telling him that the Panasonic 981 was the direct competitor when this AX53 came out, and I told him to look at that. So that's what he ended up ordering, and it still cost him $1,200. And that's what these things were going for, you know, 7-8 years ago when they were new. So these companies know, hey, we haven't had to update our product line in 8 years. They're not huge sellers, but the people that do want them and know what it's all about, they're still going to pay that top dollar for them. And you look at the used prices, the used ones go for as much as a new one, if you can find a new one. And the one feature, guys, above all else that you can't get on any of those other cameras, of course, night mode. We don't need it right now, but the option is still there. Night mode. Let's see you do that, ZV-E1. All right, guys, I'm getting tuckered out. There's more snow back here than I thought. I'm gonna put the camcorder away. We're gonna head back to the house, but stay tuned because I will be getting that snow machine running. Hopefully, I'm hoping the battery comes in tomorrow. So we will be out breaking trails here. We're not gonna go out on the river or the lake like I said, but eventually that will happen. We'll be doing some ice fishing this winter as well. Gotta get a little bit more ice. And I wanna do some paranormal stuff and UFO stuff with the night cameras. So stay tuned for that on the channel. And of course, Dad's place needs another update. He was telling me that they've got glycol spilt all in his basement now, and he's fighting the good fight. He's holding them accountable, but not much is coming of it. So we'll follow up with Dad again in a few weeks too. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next adventure.